Hey. Happy Friday, everybody.
Happy Friday.
Friday Eve.
Well,
Saturday Eve. Friday evening. Is that right?
Yeah. Well, according to you with your live stream today, tomorrow is Monday for court. So it got caught. But
this whole week, I've been like, happy Wednesday. No, it's only Tuesday. It's Thursday. Nope, now it's Wednesday. This week has taken a long time to get to Friday. Like it took an extra maybe 2 days this week than normal.
Holidays in the middle of the week, they're cool because it's fun and exciting, but it does make the week longer. There is no doubt about it.
Yeah, it was brutal. It was brutal, and because that holiday was Halloween, and we all ate I'm speaking for everyone here, but we ate too much candy. Okay, we ate too much candy, and so that sugar rush and then the crash was equivalent to going on vacation, then needing a rest afterwards, and it happened in the middle of the week. And it was brutal.
Needing a staycation after the vacation. So,
oh man,
starting off Friday with a gifted membership from Cachette. Thank you so much. That's awesome. I feel like you've been donating just all week long.
No.
Just donate 100 of them at once.
Just like to spread them out.
Yeah.
So,
that's awesome.
That is really, really cool. We are. This is the 36th episode. 36th.
That's wild.
And what's really good for somebody like me who struggles with memory is I can start telling the old stories again and not remember that I've shared them already. So I might do that. I might do that today as we get into hey, let me tell you about this cool thing that happened a while back. And you're like, yep, we've heard that one too.
By episode 36, we just copied and pasted script 1 right back in. We just run back to the cycle.
We really could do it at 24. What's half of 52? 26, right? Yep. 25, somewhere around there. Math is hard.
Yeah.
I think it's 26 would put us at 52, right?
Yes.
So then we could do like half a year and then loop it around.
Yep. Back around. Got it on loop. Love it. So I'm excited. Any plans for the weekend?
We've got friends over that flew across the country and are staying nearby, and so the family went to the Aurora Fossil Museum, which is really all it is a little rundown shack down near a phosphate pit, and this phosphate pit they just scoop up phosphate, this basically fossils from the ground, and then they my RA sound is low. Look at that. Sounds low. Is that better? I'll try to boost it just a tiny bit. So they scoop up the phosphate from the ground and gosh, I got it. And they
we had bets on who would catch.
They grind it up for fertilizer, but then occasionally they'll just take a scoop and donate it to this museum, and you can sift through and find shark teeth and like megalodon. Big shark teeth and coral and just amazing stuff. And this is what we make our fertilizer out of is fossils here in North Carolina. So it's a fun little place to go. But if you don't go there if you go there and the pile has been sifted through for a while, there's nothing. You sort of have to wait for them to bring a new scoop from the shale pit.
Okay.
And that's when all the good stuff's there.
So, gotcha. Okay.
So we went to the wrong time. There was fist-sized fossilized coral, but very few shark teeth.
Fair enough.
And by we, I mean Mrs. R.A.
Right.
Because I was sitting here clicking the refresh button on my screen, waiting for a verdict to come back in that Colorado court.
Yeah.
Because they will not send out a notice to me.
Oh.
I'm the only person recording this and posting this online. I'm literally, I'm the only media company that's putting this online, and they won't tell me when the verdict's in. Serious? I just sent out a tweet. You've got an account. You use the account. All you have to do is just say, hey, it's here. That's it. But no.
Dang it.
Anyway.
Oh, well, we've
First world problems there.
That's right. We've got another gifted membership. Mary, thank you so much. That one went to Linda. Congratulations, Linda. And thank you, Mary. And then another one comes in from Kidada Smith. Am I saying that right?
I'd say it Kidada.
Kidada.
It's like a cicada or a cicada, but different.
Cicada, but a kidada. And that one went to Amanda Cunningham. So congratulations to you, Amanda, and Kidada. Thank you.
Just trying to get to where I can see the comments as well.
And it looks like Gally May, member for 6 months. Woohoo, I'm gold.
Ooh, that's awesome. Gally May, thank you so much. That is wonderful. Congratulations on having that gold courthouse. It's I don't know where do you want to start this weekend? You've got do you have plans that are just stellar that you want to share, or is it just going to be another fall
Stellar.
weekend
No,
that's
stellar. It's definitely not stellar.
now you need to share? What do you have? What do you have? It's a honeydew list.
Yeah, nailed it. So we've got, I can prolong this. Brianne Malcolm, another gifted membership. Thank you so much.
That good, huh? The
Thank
weekend
you
is
so
that good.
much for stalling for me.
And in other stories,
And that goes to Jody Allgood. Jody, congratulations. Brenda, thank you. Um, yeah, so we've got we have some trees. They're called bougainvilleas.
hang on, say that again.
But that was the best run I ever could have done at it. I can't say it
I
again.
heard bougainvilleas,
Bougainvilleas.
bougainvilleas.
That's the kind of I need Nusky to chime in here. He
Adam,
probably knows.
Adam, Encyclopedia Extraordinaire for all things plants related. What is a bougainvillea?
So all
Dodie has an invite for us, by the way.
what do we get? If they wanted me to come help paint. Yeah, oh yeah, no. Hard no.
Look at that, Dodie. There was like zero hesitation in his voice.
Adam says I've seen them. Debbie said I did good. So it's a tree vine flower. They get about, well, at least ours anyhow. They're growing on a trellis, and they get about 7 feet tall. They're fairly viney, but still kind of look like a plant. And they have a lot of green leaves, and then they sprout these extremely bright pink, what look to be flowers, but it's actually leaves at the end of the vine that come off from it. So they don't do good in the wintertime. And they're apparently, I've been taught this, I didn't know. They're around our pool, and they're not cheap. So I spent yesterday with the helper digging them back up, putting them in pots. They're now in the garage, and they will now get wrapped up and then moved. We have a shop about 2 miles away that's climate controlled. They'll get moved in there for the winter. So I got to go get the truck and the trailer, load them on, and move them off.
You treat your plants better than I treat my cats.
We're going to talk about this cat as the show goes on. We can promise that much.
You're digging up plants to move them to a warmer place for the winter?
Yes, because last year we had the same bougainvillea. Debbie, I need you for me on this one. We wrapped them.
BV. We'll call it a BV.
A BV.
Yeah.
We wrapped them. We left them planted and wrapped them last year, and they ended up not making it. We covered some of our other shrubs and whatnot, and they made it. These did not. So this year, our new ones we planted in the ground in the big giant, like 20-gallon pots that come in. Mm-hmm. So we could dig around and yank them out. I don't know. I was just doing what I was told. I don't know anything about this. Yes, gosh, I called it my cat.
Okay, when you started telling me about these plants, I had this horrible feeling because I was afraid that someone here in my household had told you what I did this past week. And you were describing a plant that I have no idea what it's called. But I, for the first time since I trimmed my trees, and you know the tree trimming incident, I really trimmed a bush. And it's a tree type viney. It has these long runners, these flowers.
Oh no! Did you?
The stalk is probably like this big. It's probably like 100 years old.
Did you overdo it?
Maybe.
I
really cut it back. I mean, we took probably 300-400 pounds of branches off this thing, and it's only about 10 feet in diameter, and it's about 8 feet tall. It's very easily climbable now by my children.
Oh,
there's like 3 main branches, and that's it. I think it will grow back. I mean, this thing it will send a runner down. It'll lay down a runner, and you can almost watch it race across the lawn, and it'll be like 30 feet out, and it like drops roots all along as it goes. And so it's like it shoots up underneath the siding on the side of the house if you don't watch it like for a day or so.
And you can't
I'm
have
constantly like just cutting them off and ripping them off of the lawn, and I'm like, I've had enough.
Right.
Show this bush who's the boss. And It might be too much. It might be too much. But I was afraid you had a picture or something, and you were like prefacing the story with, "And here's what it looks like," and you were going to show my bush, which I'm not very proud of. Honestly, it does not look good.
No, Mrs. RA is not a snitch. I did not get tipped off on that episode by any means. So it sounds like we've got some work to go. 6 Volt says it'll be fine. I think Dodie a minute ago says you're still just a hair low.
I'm gonna crank it up just a tiny bit and see if that helps. Is that any better? Test us 1 2 check.
Sounds good. I mean, Cachette said nope. We're gonna not play. We're nope. Taking
Nope.
that forward. Nope.
Delete.
Gone. So no. Outside of that, I'm not golfing. My good buddy, as so many of you in chat know, and actually we're a part of, my really, really good buddy who I golf with all the time. He's the one with the wife that had the brain tumor and everything that so many of you sent thoughts, prayers, and even donated to GoFundMe. So she is doing much better, but the treatments, the side effects are kicking in and creating different issues, right? So they're dealing with that stuff. We're going to spend some time this weekend together, not on the golf course, but he will probably, and his wife, he has a Harley big cruiser bike. They'll probably load up and I'll take my motorcycle out. We'll just ride out to a local breakfast spot, I think tomorrow. Yeah. And then I'll work on the motorcycle a little bit. We'll just hang out, enjoy a little food and take it easy for the weekend. And
you know what I hear when I say you're taking the motorcycle out for the weekend?
Mm-hmm.
I hear high-speed chase. That's what goes through my head when you say take the bike out, because I know I've seen your bikes. These bikes are not. It's not good bikes. These aren't like touring bikes that are built for like comfort and just for storing baggage and everything. These things they're bullet bikes. Really, they're built for speed. They're performance, high performance, and they're on the high end of the speed too. So just going out for a Sunday drive, when you say that, I hear in my head.
Yeah, that's kind of what they're meant for. I try to take it easy and be respectful here in the town, especially my neighborhood. We are one of 2 families. Ironically, the other families are neighbors and our best friends, and a neighborhood that's predominantly older and much more quiet. We love quiet too, don't get me wrong, but my neighbor loves extremely loud, fast cars. So he makes them as quiet as he can when he starts them, and he inches out of the neighborhood.
He like idles out.
Yes, and I do the same with my bikes when I start them, because we love our neighbors. They all walk their dogs or they do their lawn, and we help them or we talk to them, and we love chatting with them. We love a quiet neighborhood too. Yeah. So we don't want to offend them all. But yeah, these they're not quiet. Detective Vid says, what kind of bike? So I have one is a Honda VTR 1000 SB2 race bike, and the other is a 2016 CBR 600RR. So those are my 2 street bikes that I like to ride around on and follow the laws. And
all the R's are for race.
No.
They're fast bikes.
They are.
Don't let him tell you that these are just Sunday cruisers, because they're not.
I
am jealous.
They only go as fast as you make them.
I had an on-road off-road dirt bike. And
okay.
I rode it when I was working in news. I had to get up at 3:00 in the morning to drive to the news station because I was on the early shift, and that was brutal just by itself. That's another story. But I would ride my motorcycle, and I was in the neighborhood and nobody's awake. I mean, you step outside and you can hear a cricket walking across the yard 3 yards down. It's quiet at that time.
Yeah.
And then you put the key in, and you know that you turn this key, and like neighbors' lights are gonna be like, "What's that noise? Who's starting a car?" So firing up the engine. And so I hear you. There have been some times where I sort of idled the bike out, sort of walked it down the street a little bit. So it's like, at least I'm going to tick off the neighbors that aren't right next to me. Right. But I hear you on that one.
I actually, depending on if I go on a very early ride, I will actually start the bike in the garage to warm it up before I go out. And then I have a couple fans that I've mounted on the wall to, when I open it, to blow exhaust out. And then we got one of these they're crazy cheap, but they're awesome. A little app that you can electronically control your doors. So when I leave, it will shut it like 5 minutes after I go. So it gets the exhaust out and it doesn't wake up neighbors or stuff like that. Because we don't want to make our neighbors mad. They're awesome. But loud engines and speed are fun. So
Kitty Cat says, I cannot picture RA on a bike. It's a Kawasaki KLR 650, which is a 80-20 dirt bike. It's like 80% off-road, 20% off, no, 80% on-road, 20% off. It's a good sized bike. It cruises at about 70, but you still have room to punch another 15 miles an hour or something if you need to, get out of a sticky situation. And it's a little too big for the trails, but I did spend a fair amount of time on that bike on just one wheel, the back wheel. so
that's
I
like an
wasn't the most
enduro.
conservative driver. It is.
Like an enduro.
It's a huge, beefy enduro. And
Enduros are cool.
Kawasaki made it for like 15 years without ever changing a thing. It's like, here's the new model, and it's exactly the same as the old one.
Yeah.
So parts were like, dirt cheap because there were so many of them. The only problem with that bike is after like 3 years, something in the exhaust like warps or changes, and it starts sounding like you have a Tweety bird in there, and it starts whistling. It goes, you just little chirp, 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 chirp in your exhaust, and all of them do it, and it's like this little cute little sounds that this bike makes, and
so every year you just get a new exhaust. New exhaust. Buy the new bike for
yes,
$25,000. Perfect. That's awesome.
Anyway, thanks for joining us for Motorcycle Talk. If you have a bike that you'd like to discuss, now is the time. No, I do love motorcycles. I still have my endorsement, but I don't have a bike right now.
That's awesome. My endorsement expired, and I have 2 bikes. So
who needs a license?
Yeah, it's just they're registered, they're inspected, they're insured.
In your case, if they can't catch you, there's no problem, right?
Well, it's funny you mentioned that. First, before that segue is so perfect, but AJ, member 10 months, was going to buy a Vespa. For those that don't know, a Vespa is more of a scooter type bike where your feet sit together. They're not as fast, but they're really, really cool, and they're very efficient, especially if you live in a city area.
Popular in parts of Europe.
100%.
Very popular.
Yep. Instead, bought a red Ford Mustang convertible and picks it up tomorrow. We love you guys. AJ, congratulations on a new car. There's no better feeling. That's awesome.
Hang on. I'm still lost. I was going to buy a Vespa. Instead, I bought a red Ford Mustang.
Now that's a leapfrog.
This is like me going to the grocery store saying, honey, I'm just going to get milk. And I come home and we've bought a new house. That is a huge jump. And what dealership is like, well, if you like the Vespa, wait till you see the convertible.
This Mustang I got in the back.
AJ, I'm happy for you though. That is a cool car.
That is cool. I love it. So yeah, you're right. So I will never ever do it for one reason. Well, multiple reasons. For one, I obey the law. Again, Leo family, I respect them. I'll be the first to pull right over. No, I promise. I'll be the first to pull over, and they love when you take the keys off your motorcycle and you hold them in the air and you drop them next to you. So you're basically promising I'm not running.
Yeah.
And it makes them a little bit more comfortable. Okay, respect. Most motorcyclists get off of a lot of tickets for just pulling over. The cop will walk up and say, I didn't like what you did back there, but you didn't run. Warning, slow it down. Have a great day. So I will always do that for sure. A lot of guys will run. And some guys even get a license plate that says will run. And it's on a Ford Mustang, AJ, not yours, but someone has the plate.
Will run. There's a DMV at one point that had to process this application.
Yeah,
They're like, will run on a license plate on a sports convertible. Yeah, that sounds good. Here we go. We'll issue that one. And they handed it out. They knew what was coming.
Well, they thought 100%. They thought the dude ran marathons or his name was like William Runnington. So they passed the plate along. But it made it. And he put it on his Mustang. And sure enough, he's speeding and the cops pull it behind him. And this is a teenager.
Woo.
And so what does he do? He runs.
Pedal to the metal.
Pedal to the metal. So he takes off. The cops are in hot pursuit of Mr. Mustang with the plate will run. He held true to his word. I'll give him that. And speeds exceed 100 miles an hour. So the cops back off because they have a helicopter overhead. So the chopper's just cruising, following them while the cops are a couple miles back, just waiting for this teenager to something. Sure enough, he plows into an SUV because he can't handle his vehicle at the speed he is. The SUV individuals all went to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries and were said to be okay. But yeah, they pulled right up to the wreck, and there he is, Mr. Will Run, and got arrested and has a couple felony charges and that license plate will probably be booted from the DMV.
Yeah. I will say that even if he had just pulled over with a license plate that says "will run," that's like giving the middle finger to the cop. Okay,
It's
they'll write you a ticket even if you haven't done anything wrong at that point. You're just begging for the engagement with police officers at that point.
If I'm getting a custom tag like on my bike, I'm getting I'm Pro 50. Like that's what it's going to say. It's not going to say I'm going to break
And
the
you're gonna
law.
have like a sticker on it that's like Gold Donor Police Association.
Yeah,
You're gonna have
100%.
all the sheriff's proud supporter of our sheriff's department. The whole bike's going to be stickers.
1,000,000%. I want to know what his parents were thinking. Son, that's dumb, and it's on a Mustang, and you're gonna get. What do you think? I would love to be in that family household of going. No, if it got past the DMV, I can tell you right now, if our daughter wanted anything like that, not happening. No, you're not going anywhere. Nope. That's
I've never had a personalized plate.
never.
Never. The closest I've come is I almost got a personalized plate for my ham radio call sign,
Okay.
but cited one. Yep.
So I
I'm
have.
curious if I want to see some personalized plates that the best personalized plates in chat that people have seen.
So
Because
I have one on my car, but mine's just a color. It's our plates are typically all white with black lettering. I went ahead and got an all black plate with white letters, but the letters were just randomly assigned. I don't have a message. This to me still blows my mind to this day. Amanda on her new car, she went in and applied for a custom tag and she got it. She got an all black one with white lettering. Guess what it is?
I'm afraid to guess.
It's Amanda. It was available in the
Just her
entire state
name.
of Texas. Just her first name. It's
Nobody's
Amanda.
like, hey, wow.
I still can't believe it. I'm not a fan. I'm like, hey, dummy, everyone's going to know who's driving the car. You don't want that, but you got it.
But what guy's going to steal that car now if it says Amanda on the license plate?
I don't even drive it anymore because it says Amanda on the tags. I used to drive it every other day because it's fun, but it says Amanda. And when people pull up to give me a thumbs up, they go, oh, it's not even your car. So I don't even drive it.
In North Carolina, the license plates they allow like characters, like exclamation points and at symbols and dollar signs. It's like
Really?
I don't know if we have. I don't think we have that many people. It's not like we have that many plates. We've run out of options for all the. But they just like, hey, let's use the whole keyboard. We've got the whole keyboard. Why not just whatever you say? And so we've got like periods and dashes and slashes, and it's bizarre. And so you think of everything you can create with just the letters. Think of all the fun things you can make when you start using pound symbols and dollar signs and hashtags. I have seen some downright near offensive plates that somebody at the DMV just wasn't up on their modern lingo when the request came through. and sure enough, almost every year there's a news story about somebody who got a plate that says, and they're like, what? Can you even print that on the newspaper? And you made a license plate with that on it and thought that's good. Oh yeah. It's at Cash App.
Like,
You're right.
boop.
Yep.
Yep.
that nature of license plate. Now you see one occasion like I can't believe this guy's got away with it. But
Someone whiffed on it.
go figure.
Mm-hmm. License plates. Have you ever seen a license plate on like a Power Wheels?
Just like the brand name ones. Like it just says like Hot Wheels or Barbie or something like.
Have you ever seen a Power Wheels been pulled over before?
I've seen one video of a drunk guy. It was a DUI stop, where the guy was literally he had like a stash of batteries with him too. Like he had thought this out. He's like, oh, if I'm in my kid's Power Wheel, I can't get a DUI, so I can just come back from the bar. And so he was like driving, like, and it's not something you can sit in at that age. So you're basically on top of the thing, driving along the road. And of course he's drunk, so he's all over the place. And he's got like just a pile of those 6 volt, or I think they're 6 volt batteries, 12 volt batteries. I'm not sure which one, next to him because it's like spare fuel for the Power Wheels, so he can make it the whole way home. But that's all I've seen. Why? Have you seen a Power Wheels pulled over?
I have. So Rose went viral. Rose, being 2 years old in her pink Power Wheel, driving down the street, got pulled over by local PD for brushing her teeth while driving. So family
She's
of the little
2.
Rose, she's 2. Family
Yeah.
of little Rose knew this was her new car. She was so excited. And they already said she's wise beyond her years. How you claim that at 2, I'm not sure, but they did. She's just cruising down the road and she was brushing her teeth in her pink Power Wheel. They had friends of the PD and said, "Hey, will you come on over?" It got even funnier. They lit her up.
Family ratted her out.
Yep.
Okay.
Family
Okay.
rat her out.
I see all sorts of red flags in the story. Go ahead.
Yeah, 100%. This poor kid, the rest of her life doomed. So they light her up. She's driving down the road. So she actually pulls over, and the police get out and they say, "We'd like to see your driver's license." And she says, I don't have time for this. And then pulls out her hairbrush and starts brushing her hair while she's sitting there looking in her little mirror. A 2-year-old in a pink Power Wheel
Let
tells
me
the
just
police,
say,
"I don't have
this
time."
is a learned behavior.
Yeah,
Okay?
yeah.
This is not like, oh, I'm in my Power Wheels and I forgot to do my hair this morning. This is, I've seen mommy do this. This
So
is
true.
what you do when you're driving. It's going
Monkey
to
see,
be makeup
monkey.
as soon as she turns 16. This girl is going to have like a crash rap sheet as long as her arm. Man, that's funny. But
100%.
what? Doesn't have time for it.
She didn't have time to
Ain't
talk.
nobody got time for that.
Yeah, another good video. Kelly P, you want to see the video? It's on a multiple media sites. So if you just literally Google 2-year-old pulled over, it's gonna go everywhere because she went viral, and there is video of it on all these sites. So if you Google that, you'll get to see it.
There's also video of the high-speed Mustang crash. Somebody was
Yes,
filming on the road right when the crash happened, and I mean, you can see the impact, and then it's just dust. It's just, and
it's
then
heavy.
a while later, I mean, you see the helicopter in the sky, and a while later, as the dust settles, you finally see people crawling out of the crushed car.
It's crazy. They're all very lucky. And that kid, I hope he learned a lesson. But that's goodness. So we always do a top 3 or dad jokes. We haven't done this one in a while. Would you rather?
Oh,
The would you rather is a fun one. And I'm telling you, I saved chat. You guys are going to love the last one. I've saved it. The last one is specific to Scott, and he does not know. Well, he actually doesn't know any of these. I will give my opinion on some of these as well, but the last one's going to be 100% him.
I have zero warning on any
Zero.
of these. The and once again, the rundown is blank. It says, "Would you rather?" and there's a big white space.
And I have a different sheet over
Thomas
here.
and Thomas thinks this is the right way we should prep for the show. It's just say, well, just know that something's coming and roll with it. So
To say good luck.
buckle up. It may be a train wreck, and it may be really, really good.
All right. Some are fun, some are kind of halfway serious, and some kind of make you think. But I'll chime in as well when you give your opinion, and then we'll kind of see what happens. Megan, oh yes, I'm ready. All right. So, number 1, would you rather have to say every thought out loud, every single thought you've ever thought, currently thinking, you have to verbalize, or never be able to speak again?
Well, if you've watched the show, you pretty much described what I do to a T in the first option. So I'm gonna have to go with the first on that one, because I don't know
every single thought.
every single that's what you get 8 hours a day here. If it crosses my mind, it comes out of my lips. That's the process. I hear it as you hear it.
So I'm with a few of these. Kelly P, American Daydreamer.
She's
Now,
like, nope, lips are sealed.
so I'm
Detect vids. I'm going mute.
I think the same. I mean, there's times, we all do it. Or, well, I can't say we all, can't speak for everyone, but I'm in the grocery store and I see someone, and in my head, there's a few 4-letter words at the person that's doing something I can't comprehend. To be forced to say that out loud to where they can hear it in every minute of your life, I don't think I'd live for but a day and a half or 2, maybe.
I'd be beat up on a daily basis. There are times where I wish I was mute and I hadn't said what I was thinking. There are those moments of serious regret and apology.
Wait, I go with
I'm
thoughts,
still
but
gonna
to be married long.
I'm still gonna chance it. Yes, I'm still gonna chance it and go with the blabbermouth over the mute.
You're a much better man than I am.
No, I just live on the edge.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm clicking on the same thing you were. Every word out loud. You
Once
and me
again.
both. Let's do it.
All right. Number 2, would you rather have to skip everywhere you go instead of walking, or sing out loud instead of speaking? So everywhere you walk, you got to skip, or if you're in just normal conversation, you have to sing it.
My doctor would probably say the skipping idea is a good idea at this point. He's like, maybe you should skip a little more. And I'm not too shy about singing because I sing for everybody every morning. And singing
Happy
everything,
birthday.
sing everything, like my whole.
Right now, you would have to be singing this conversation to us. You can't talk.
I can't even think of what tune I would sing it to. So I'm going to go with the skippity doodah on that one. And there's something joyful about skipping, though. I mean, it's hard to not smile when you see someone skip.
You stole my whole thought. I would 100% choose skipping, because when you just see someone skipping, people go, "What the heck is he doing?" Or they laugh or they giggle. Now, if I'm singing to the clerk in the grocery store, I'm getting frowned upon by the people around me. Like, who's this crazy guy? So I'm
Got
going
a
with
great
skipping.
deal in the meat section. Yeah. It would be fun. Sing out loud. I'd love to sing.
Oh, I canceled you out of there. Oh, we did it again. It's up to you.
We're all on. Okay, we'll stop.
All right.
Kenneth, thank you. You don't have to do a super chat. You've been extremely generous, but thank you. We'll try to click on all of them as they come. But thank you for your super chats as well. Singing as she goes. Love to sing. But you're literally composing a song as you go. It's like nonstop lyricist as well as composer. That's
way harder in my opinion. Adam says I hate musicals, so I wouldn't want my life to be one. It's so true. I couldn't do it. I can't sing. I'm terrible. All right, next one. This one's funny because actually, with the seasons changing, our neighborhood ducks are back. Our mallards, the males and females they're here, and so I feed them all the time. We had like 20 ducks in the driveway right before the podcast that I was feeding corn to. So excited because we have a pond right behind the house, so they migrate through the neighborhood because other people feed them too. And it's my favorite. I got a million pictures on my phone. So would you rather have an elephant? No, sorry, I got to back up. Would you rather fight one horse-sized duck or fight 50 duck-sized horses?
Uh-huh. Have you ever been attacked by a duck? Or a goose?
A goose. A Canadian goose.
The goose will do it. Yeah. I've got a Canadian goose story that the goose lost. But
don't.
There's something inherently terrifying about being attacked by a creature that has almost no weapons at all. Okay,
and it's so brave.
It's made out of the stuff we put in our pillows. Okay, and that's what it is. And it's like, bring it, and it comes at you. There's something about that is just terrifying. That even the bravest of souls when they see that flapping and the quacking and you've got to turn tail and run. So I'm going to say a horse-sized duck just by itself, knowing what it could do. That's like something out of like a Marvel comic that I would not do, and I would take the 50 duck-sized horses any day.
I'm on board. A duck that big. Because like you said, they appear so sweet and defenseless, but they are so brave. That's so overwhelming to me of why they are so confident. Like, what do you have up your sleeve?
It might be because their brain is so small and they just don't realize the odds are not in their favor.
That could be true. I'm with you. I'm picking the 50 littles. I'm not going with the big duck. I think I would keel over if I saw a duck the size of a horse. I would just cardiac arrest right there and on site. I'd be done.
Although a horse bite, that's no joking matter either.
Yeah, but it's little.
But there's a lot of them. Have you ever seen a piranha?
Well,
they're little too.
Yeah, but they're flesh-eating
little
things.
Land piranhas.
But
that
yeah,
that chase you around.
piranhas are like flesh eating. Horses aren't, especially when they're that. Do you want to change your answer?
No, I'm going to go with it. I'll stick with the horses. I think I can outrun them, and that's
Well,
why. Not that
well,
I would not fight them.
no, they're
That
just as fast as a normal horse. They're just teeny. I feel like you could
you're making
stand
an
on top of
impossible
them.
situation.
That's kind of the point, right? And make it terrible. So sticking with the animal theme, this one
Mhm.
to me is hilarious. And I have not picked my answer on this one. Would you rather have an elephant's trunk attached to your face or have your neck as long as a giraffe? In our
I
normal bodies right now, you either get the full trunk or you get the neck. Nothing else can change. Which I don't know.
what I'm noticing is that both these options enable me to reach more food. so it's a win-win either way. But I'm gonna have to go. The inconvenience of having the 25-foot neck would probably be outweigh the burden of having the Pinocchio syndrome.
You can bathe yourself so much easier with the elephant trunk. I mean,
And
that's
eat
what they do.
peanuts.
And you can eat peanuts and be scared of mice all at the same time. But
So I'll go with the elephant trunk.
you have a cat. I don't know. Oh, sleeping would be a nightmare. I didn't think about doing everyday things with giraffe neck. See,
Sign me up for giraffe. Neck all the way, says Jared Wonder.
yeah, what I don't know. Either way, you have to change your daily accommodations.
Pam's got the elephant emoji.
Trouble.
Neck, my nose is long enough. Here's a practical one. Bravo Chick says you could scratch your back. Yes, take the trunk. That one area you just can't get to from any.
Oh, and you
would be able to.
And you get the rude person in line at the grocery store, and you can just
you can clear the whole line out.
You don't have to speak.
Move.
You don't have to speak your thought. You can just use your trunk.
You can just push them all over and then sing to the cashier, and you're good to go.
All right. Phasing out of the animal stuff because I can't take it anymore and make up my mind.
All right.
Would you rather go skydiving or bungee jumping? You have to pick one or the other.
Oh, I'm going to have nightmares just from choosing one of these. You know this.
Yeah, I know it's a tough one. But
I'm
got
going to have to say bungee jumping because as terrifying as it is, that the idea that I would fall, then get reeled back up and fall again, okay, at least there's something there preventing me from landing between the falls. it's not, I guess I would not like it. I mean, I literally think if I ever had to go bungee jumping or skydiving, I might die of a heart attack. I would definitely pass out. Okay. I would be the guy that's like, they're like 3, 2, I'm out before it takes off. It's just the fear of it is so intense that I don't think I could handle it like on a brain synapses level. It just would be like, nope, done. I'm out. I check out.
Fair. I understand it. I'm going the other side. I'm going skydive because if your bungee breaks, you're toast. If my chute gives way, I have an emergency chute. I have a second chance. So that's why I'm going to skydive. Plus, I actually want to skydive. My brother's been like 50 some odd times. He's certified, whatever. It's on my bucket list also, even though I think I won't make it out of the plane. The only reason I will is because I'm strapped to the instructor who's just going to jump. I'll be asleep.
He's strong and he can overpower you. He's like, move, wimp, we're going.
100%. I'll be asleep the whole time. I'll pass out, but it is on my bucket list. But I didn't know this. Tag says bungee jump has a backup cord. So I've seen some videos where I don't know where they were, but they didn't, and they went kaplunk. So it has to be legit. But I'm going.
There was a video that was circulated on Twitter this week of a skydiver who jumped off El Capitan, and it was done in a protest about some guy who had jumped off before and died, and her chute didn't open either.
Oh,
and it's just it terrifies me. I know that this is the one in a million, but that's me. If I'm in the plane, I know that would be me, and
someone's got to be that one in the million. So I get it. All right, moving on from scared of death.
Yes.
Much more comfortable. Let's move to the couch. Would you rather live without music or without movies? I feel like this is going to be almost unanimous. I shouldn't say unanimous. I'm going to say, I think this is going to be like 90-10 in my opinion.
Okay, I don't know which. I think I'm on the 90% side, but I would say without movies.
Yeah. That's where I think where people would really shift, because I think obviously a lot of people love movies. We all do. But I think for not everyone again, but the majority, music affects people emotionally and mentally in certain ways, memories and moods and things like that. Whereas movies don't do it as much. Adam makes a great point. He says,
And without musicals.
yeah, I'm seeing a
I will,
lot of movies in chat and a couple of musics.
I will say
Absolutely.
that there are times, and I play the guitar a little bit. I'm not very good at it, but I do love to play. And there are times that when you're feeling some deep feelings, there are times that you can pick up an instrument and play how you feel.
Yeah.
And that for me is very therapeutic. It's fun. And other people listening to it might not sound so good. They're like, I'd rather you watch the movie instead of hear your music. But there are other times where a movie can take you to emotionally to a place where you're like, wow, that was that for some reason I got sucked into this, and that one
Dark
hit me right
place.
in the feels. Where wow, now I'm now I can't sleep at night because all I'm thinking about is this movie. But I'd have to go with ditch the movies. Mostly because I don't have time for them anymore.
That's
It's
same.
it's a little bit of sleep and then work and everything in between. But I just don't have much time for movies.
I'm on board. I love music, all genres of music. I love it. Doesn't really count, but there's a talk show in the morning I listen to that incorporates country music as well. The Bobby Bones Show. It's my favorite thing in the morning to listen to while I drive the kiddo to school. There's awesome songs that get played there. I love some hard rock. I love everything of it. It reminds me of a whole different period of my life and different aspects where movies don't do that for me. Now I love a good movie. I love going to a movie theater and the experience and the popcorn and taking the family and stuff. But music's just more impactful. But Wayne makes a great point. You got to have the music while you're skipping all the time because
And singing everything you do in life. So, otherwise, it's a solo.
right. But I also feel like it brings people together with music. And again, I'm not one's right or one's wrong, but you look at like karaoke nights, that people gather at and they have fun and they're, doing that and they're laughing at each other. And I just feel like music brings a lot of people together. You can sing along, big crowds, and you can cheer on and listen to them at a concert, where movies are more quiet and subtle, whether in a theater or even at home. They both serve a purpose. If I had to pick one or the other.
They frown at you if you sing along in the movie theater.
Yeah,
for sure. Guy asked me to leave. I'm like, I'm not sure what the problem was. I was in tune and everything. So. That's a tough one. That's a good would you rather.
I like that one too. Some of these are really
final.
Fun. No, we've got a couple more, but I'm going to skip this one. I don't like it because that was a fun one, and this one's dark. So we're going to skip ahead. Would you rather eat pineapple on your pizza?
What's the other one? I'll take that. Oh, wait, on your pizza? Yes, it's good.
No,
that was the only way.
Yeah.
So okay, what's the other one?
So the last would you rather, I said it was going to be 90-10. 90 being get rid of movies. Nailed it. I think this is going to be 50-50. Okay. Would you rather eat pineapple on your pizza or dip your French fries in ice cream?
Pineapple on pizza.
You can only do one or the other.
Pineapple on pizza.
So
everyone would be wrong to dip your French fries in ice cream.
No, I am 100% French fries and ice cream. It's amazing.
I realize I know there's a thing. Wendy's, fries, Frosties, and then I've done it myself. Only it was like a dare. Okay, but
that's not a dare. That's a gift.
It doesn't mix. The flavors don't go together. I mean, it's not
sweet
like
and salty.
It's not bad, but it's not like, oh, that's perfect. They complement each other so well.
Well, neither does pineapple on pizza. That doesn't scream perfect. I'm seeing a split. Look at chat. I'm telling you, this is 50-50.
The juice of the pineapple.
Ugh.
With the crust of the dough.
Who wants juice on pizza? That's
it's just
no.
I like it. I'm going with the pizza all day. Who's with me, chat? Who's with me?
So we're split. I think. Look at chat.
I will say,
I'm getting yelled at.
Any other way to eat pineapple is wrong. Any other way to eat pineapple is wrong.
I can't eat my French fries and ice cream if I shut my mouth, catch it. So never liked soggy. The pineapple adds to the pizza. Get it?
Yeah.
Franco says nope, but I don't know what side he's on. Pizza. Okay. No on pizza. It's good, but fries and ice cream are better. I'm telling you, I think this is, I called it. This is a 50-50. Do you see it differently in chat?
I'm seeing about the same. Somebody on here said pineapple on pizza. Here it is. It's just me. Look at this. Pineapple on pizza is sweet and salty too. So it's the same.
The concept.
But the flavor's better.
Yes, correct. The flavor is much better with French fries and ice cream.
No. With the pizza, with the pineapple and the pizza, the flavor is better. All right, 50-50. We'll agree to disagree on this one.
Fair enough. All right.
If you come and visit, we're getting pineapple on pizza. It's going to be for dinner. We'll have like 6 different pizzas. They'll all be Hawaiian pineapple.
I said that Amanda and I were going to come visit, but we're staying home now.
Yeah. Just because of the pizza.
Just because of the pizza.
We have a Wendy's here.
We've got perfect. So we've got a couple more stories. So we're going to wind this down. We're going to go into the last Would You Rather.
This is the big one.
It's not that big. Don't, I played it up too much. It's not that big. But would you rather have 5 outdoor cats or 1 indoor cat?
I just barely. I'm welcome back in the bedroom after getting 1 outdoor cat. An indoor cat would be divorce, immediate. It would be. I think it's that's grounds for divorce right there. 5 outdoor cats is very close because trying to keep 5 cats outdoors is very much like having 2 indoor cats at all times. I will say yesterday, another cat was in our yard.
Oh no.
And I'm yelling at the kids, don't do anything, ignore it, hiss at it, look mean. And then I poke my head up and it's in their arms and they're petting it and they've gotten handfuls of food from the other. I'm like, no. And this is a full on stray. This thing it's seen better days. It's much smaller. It's like a smaller kitten, but it's been in a couple scrappy fights. And I'm like, no, we can't do another. We just cannot. This is a tough one.
I thought so.
I cannot do an indoor pet. I
The
can't.
allergies.
It would kill me literally. So I'll have to go with the 5 outdoor cats, and that would be miserable as well.
And you're halfway there, as Eddie says. You're halfway there. So it's easy for me to pick. I already have 2 indoor cats, so it's mine's easy to pick on. Which
do you want to
talked about on the last show? I am allergic only if I touch and then scratch myself, then it gets me. But being around them. Okay.
When you come up to visit, bring a cat carrier. we might have something for you. After we finish our pineapple pizza, we can go out in the yard and get you a new pet.
I can't wait to go to North Carolina this year. So that is this week's Would You Rather, and that was a fun one. Chat, you guys were awesome in the opinions and sharing there what was put in. But speaking of going to North Carolina,
yes. Little bit of a drive, quicker if you fly.
Quicker if you fly. Sure. So those of you in chat, obviously I've thrown out not teasers, but just hints. There's no inside joke. Amanda and I plan on at some point in time going to visit Mr. and Mrs. RA and the kiddos and meeting. We're doing the podcast and all that stuff, and maybe even doing a show live together from his studio. We don't really know. That might be the plan. We'll see when it happens. When it does, we won't tell you. It'll just be a surprise.
When he gets here, he'll just see how small the studio is and be like, well, maybe we should rent a place. So
coming live from the Airbnb.
Yes. One of us will have to be in another room. That's just the way it is. I'm touching both walls now. I'm super excited about that.
So we're really excited. And then looking at airfare, the only thing when we look at the airfare and you see all this crazy stories about the craziness of flights and why all of a sudden people are going nuts.
They're going nuts. They're crazy.
And I know wait times have increased and security lines because you got low staffing and this and that. Then you had last week the pilot who rode along.
Tried to be like, hey, I'm taking this one down and all you with me.
Yeah, that type of nonsense. So I get why people are kind of going nuts. But one lady, this one, she didn't go nuts on the plane. She went nuts off the plane. She missed her flight, right? She got to She got to the ticket desk. She went through security. She's headed up there to the gate. The plane's already, it's taxiing, right? They push it out and off it goes. And
She missed it.
she missed it. So
they usually have a flight every day, maybe wait a couple hours.
100%. So you go back to the desk, say, hey, missed my flight. What can I? Nope. She finds a little exit door, boop, 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 on the tarmac and runs out. The plane has now backed out and is taxiing forward. She's running in front of the plane, trying to stop it and not let it take off.
Isn't this like straight out of a romance movie? What's that? What's the movie where
or Con Air? One of the two.
The woman I love is on that plane. You have to stop. Is that? What's the one where it's the one who's like, Italy? What's my wife doing in Italy? Right? And somebody in chat knows these quotes, right? There's a romance movie. I think it's got
Cachette nailed it. It's Toy Story.
No. That's not the one I was thinking. Oh, I mean, Toy Story, I think, has some elements like this, but no. It's tell me, you guys have seen this movie.
Someone in chat.
It's got the Ouija board story, and she's like the person, not the wedding singer. No, you guys. It starts out and they go to like a fortune teller or something, and they said they would tell me. You guys know this is a movie.
Is Sandra Bullock?
I think it's Sandra Bullock. Maybe it's not Airplane 615. It's not Airplane. You guys know what I'm talking about. Runaway Bride. No, only you. This is it.
Okay,
you guys have all seen this one. It's one of those.
I have not. I chose music, no movies. Remember? I'm writing it down.
There's a movie called Only You, and they're part of it. I think we've now ruined it. I just spoiled the movie. This is how it ends. Is the woman I love is on the plane and I'm chasing after.
We don't know if it gets hit. You don't have to keep going.
Okay, let's go back to the story. What happened to this lady who was reenacting her favorite romance movie called Only You?
Yeah, it's funny. I just got a text from my brother watching. Goes, Cachette nailed it. Toy Story was the best. He just texts me. He's lurking. He doesn't get in chat, but he likes to watch, so that's hilarious.
Hello, Weather Watchers brother. Welcome. Anyway.
Welcome to everything that's not relevant. Only You. I'm gonna watch it before movies expire and we go that way. But
it's a good date night movie. It really is. It's a feel good. It's like the grass is greener somewhere else type of situation, and then realizing that what you had was what you were looking for all along. So there you go. It's a feel good one. But for those of you who chose songs, you'll never know.
Yeah.
So you just get movies for the rest of life. But so this woman's out. She runs out on the tarmac to catch her missed plane.
Yeah. So off she goes. I already forget that. And I mean, obviously, airport police, they nab her, arrested and done. And huge delay. So she just ruined 350 people's lives for the day of that delay. But like we said, what do?
You just missed the flight. You get a hotel.
I got to pay this for my brother.
What's this? Asking for a friend.
He's a pilot, by the way, as well.
Hey, you're in luck. You miss the flight, you get a hotel. That's what it is. And
you get a hotel.
And the next day, and you might have to pay a fee or something. You get a new ticket and you fly out. Unless you've had a horror story hotel. And
like on purpose or accident?
Well, nobody chooses a purposeful horror story at a hotel. Every time you book a hotel, you're like, yeah, this is good. The price is right. It's convenient. True. It's close by. It's got the amenities I want, and I've heard that's a good name. We as a family, we chose to because we have a lot of kids. Vacations are often staycations, right? It's what can we do close by? That sort of is like we're going somewhere big. It's not Disneyland, right? So we're like, we're going to drive 3 hours to the zoo across the other side of the state. And instead of like making like a miserable day of it, we're going to stay in a hotel over there and go to the zoo the next day. And it's going to be a little mini vacation. And this is the sort of vacation we have. So we're like, we need a hotel, and it's got to be fun. It's got to be fun. And so we find a hotel. And we call up and we're like, look, I know we're local. We want to book a hotel. We want adjoining rooms, one for the kids, one for the parents. And they're like, no, we don't have those. I'm like, okay. I thought like every hotel had adjoining rooms. And like, nope. And we're like, well, we want a pool. Yeah, we've got this pool. We got, it's awesome. People love it and everything. We're like, oh, great, 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 wonderful. So we book it anyway. We're like, we don't get adjoining rooms, but at least we have this this pool, and we'll stay there and go to the zoo. We drive over there. We get to the hotel, and we're checking in. And as we're checking in, there's a family ahead of us that has just shown up, and they're like, "Hey, do you have any rooms available? No reservation." So we're waiting as they do that. I'm like, "Yeah,
We've got these adjacent connecting rooms.
They give them a room number. I kid you not. It was the room next to ours, and it has the adjoining doors. Okay, it literally was available, and it next to our room, and they said we didn't have it. And so I'm a little bit frustrated already.
Naturally.
that they've gone and done this, and so we check in, and I'm nice and everything. I'm like, because I didn't know at the time that they had just given away the adjoining room that they said they didn't have.
Right.
And we go and check in, and we go up to the hotel room and check in and open the door, and there is standing water on the floor, like splash, splash, squish,
No.
squish as you're walking. It's not just like wet carpet. There's standing water on the floor. I'm like, okay, this is a problem, and there's like an extension cord that runs through it, just for added measure.
Perfect.
I'm like, and so I'm going down there. I'm like, look, I go down and I tell the guy, and it takes forever because he's like busy, doing some paperwork or something. He's like, can I help you? I'm like, yeah. Need a new room. There's standing water, and there's like, so you need some towels? I'm like,
towels? What?
No, I'm not. There's like the extension cord and standing water. He's like, I'll get you some towels. And that was it. He's like, I've got nothing. I can't, this is tough. I'm like, fine. I'll go mop up this room, and we'll try to, as we go up there, get the kids to change into their swimming suits. We're like, okay, we're going to go down to the pool. We go down to the pool. The pool is dry. It is empty. There is not a drop of water in the pool.
It's got coffee tables and mattresses and
so
pillows.
we're all there with our little pool toys and stuff. And we're like, hey, are you guys planning on filling this? And like, it's been all summer. It's been under construction. I'm like, all summer? So last week when I called and said, I'd like to come and use your pool and bring my family and stay in the pool, and the whole reason we booked this was because you had a pool, you didn't bother to think maybe I should tell them there's no water in it?
We have a pool with an asterisk because it's empty. Oh my gosh.
I left your review.
Oh, was it equal to your tree trimming story?
It may have exceeded my tree trimming story.
So the pool was empty, but your room was a pool. That sounds miserable.
In that situation, if that's the only hotel you have to book, I also would run and chase after the plane. It's like, let me on. You've got to stop. Yes, I've got a ticket. Please just drop the doors. I'll climb up myself. I need out. That is my horror story for a hotel. And I've had some other ones as well. When we're talking meth lab in the hotel room type situation that, but man, it was a good deal. It was the best deal. If you're looking for cheaphotels.com, it was like the best one. It was available. It was right where I was at. I was like, sweet. They're open like 24/7. Apparently because they deal out of the back room. But yeah, I walked in there. It's like, no joke. Somebody has been cooking meth in this room.
What was the end result? Do you guys pack up and leave? Do you get refunded, or do you just forget the money? We're just out of here, and you try to find
it was so bad. I was literally only there for about total about 3 hours, because I went and I found a all-night restaurant, and I spent some time there, and I went to the hotel, and like I didn't want to like climb in the bed. I'm like, if there's like meth residue on the walls, who knows what's in the bed, right?
Fair.
And so it was awful. But that I had to stay there because the Airbnb I was in, I had to call the cops on the owners, and it got a little bit. It was a
little heated
story.
Oh, it gets better.
We'll save that for another day.
We've got part 2 next Friday night.
Yeah, so
I love it.
getting the owner arrested. That was
oh, this is good. Did you have to sleep in the Armada?
No, that was when I was here looking for houses. And,
the house that you bought without telling your wife.
This house.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, got it. Cool.
I've been in the doghouse ever since.
That's why you spend so much time in that courtroom.
Have you ever had a nightmare hotel? You're a higher class of person, right? You're not looking for like the absolute cheapest hotel deal you can find. You're like, hey, I want.
I'm not.
Class.
No, I'm not high class at all. So with my job, because I work remote, I can just pack my laptop and drive out to San Diego to visit my dad. And at the time, my brother was still there too. So I would just pack my laptop and take my dog, and we'd hop in the car, and it's a 2-day drive. And my stopping point was always in Gallup, New Mexico. And I didn't look for the cheapest per se, but I didn't. Well, I try to say the nicest. There's not really a nice hotel in Gallup, New Mexico, but
Your options are limited.
yeah,
The top end is not as high as maybe some other areas.
right.
But
But it was a little bit past halfway to get there, so it made day 2 a little bit shorter. But no, it was just a really rundown old motel that I stayed in. I don't know, like 4 or 5 times a year for a couple of years, and it was fine. It was me and my dog. I just needed a bed, and it had a Denny's in the parking lot, so I pulled in, went and got a Moons over my hammy because that's the greatest meal from Denny's you can ever get, and the little gas station. Got my little snacks and whatever for the next day, and it's perfect. I don't need a high dollar hotel. If I've got a bed, I sleep anywhere. It's no, but now a room full of water, I'm out on that.
after these experiences, after I've had a couple of these experiences, there are others. I've got a Motel 6 story I could tell you that involved the neighboring adjoining room getting kicked down by a SWAT team during the night. But but let me just say, I am scared to death of ground floor hotel rooms that like just open up to the parking lot. It's like, nope. I don't want something that somebody can just drive up, kick the door down, hop in their car, and leave again. I'm afraid that's going to be me. And apparently the cops do that though. So
that's officially a motel, right? When you
Yeah.
pull in the parking lot, it's like door. So I don't stay in those either because I mean,
I don't care. They can leave the light on for me all night long, but I'm not.
they
gonna stay
vote
there
in.
again.
Yeah.
I'm Tom Bodett from Motel 6, and we'll leave the light on for you. Yeah, sorry, they're going to sue us now for no. But my experience was not good. It was in the middle of Wyoming, the Motel 6 in the middle of Wyoming, and it was not. not
What
fun.
town? I've got a couple friends in Wyoming.
There's only like 3 towns up there, but I cannot remember which one it is. there's like Evanston. There's
Casper,
it was
Wheatland,
probably near
Gillette.
Casper or no Gillette. I think it was Gillette.
Did it smell bad outside?
It was the middle of winter, so I think everything that smelled
Oh,
bad
it's
was
all
like frozen.
suppressed.
It was
Okay.
ice cold.
So
even in the
Gillette.
room. Yeah.
My friend / colleague might rewatch this tomorrow, and so she'll get. She's in Wheatland, not far from the Gillette area, but that's the only reason I know those towns. I've been up there too. My boss used to have a ranch up there, so I've been to all those towns that we just named.
I as a kid, I worked in a ranch on Star Valley, Wyoming. I love it. Just beautiful.
Oh,
I've as a Boy Scout, I went up every year. We'd go up to the Wind River range. We'd stay in the campsite up by by Pinedale in the Fremont Reservoir. Love the outdoors of Wyoming. That there are some areas that are not lovable up there.
naturally,
That
yeah.
that's
Every state has it.
Wyoming has a lot.
It
They have
does,
a lot.
and it's beautiful.
Can I share something unrelated that I do love?
Yeah, as long as it's not relevant, because that's
It's not
only what we
relevant.
do here.
I went to the post office today, and
Okay.
somebody sent me a mug. I need to turn
Yeah,
this so you can see what it is. They sent me a mug, and it says
at
Recovery
Recovery
Addict.
Addict, love it.
and I love it because on the backside it says Raid.
Southern Febreze.
Yes. So thank
That's
you,
awesome.
thank you for the mug. That was I had a good belly roll on that one.
Did they send it anonymous, or do you know who sent it? You don't have to announce it.
I have to look back on the text because I don't remember who sent it. I know who it is.
Okay, cool.
But off the top of my head, I cannot remember right now because you asked.
That is yeah.
Had you
fair
not
enough.
asked, I would be able to tell you. Let's see.
Well, whoever did it, that is incredible, and that is so quick because that just happened this week, and to put that together and get it there, that's
It's super
awesome.
fast.
Why do this should be Bug Dugger, I would think, but just because the name.
Let's see. I can't find it. It's hiding somewhere. 1 second.
I was trying to see. Nope, I don't have access to your text messages, just everything else, so I can't pull it up. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, Kathy nailed it. And for anyone chat that doesn't catch it, he had a massive bug during his live to
Oh my
kick off the
goodness.
week that he lost track of. So during the live, he was spending it doing this every minute.
It was a
to find-
cockroach.
So-
Okay? They call them palmetto bugs. They call them water bugs. It was a cockroach. It was a German brown cockroach. I think that's the formal term, like the scientific name, German brown cockroach. And when they come in from outdoors, they feast on everything that lives outside. And then when they find their way inside, they're just like, you hear them, or sometimes you'll feel the vibrations as they're crawling around first, and you hear them moving, and then it's like, wow, you see it. But oh my goodness, yeah, we do not let them live when they get inside.
You can't. You can't. I don't do bugs either. We don't like bugs. Well, it kind of depends on the bug. I will say, I've told the story before, actually, in our pool. We've made friends with a few yellow jackets. Yeah. So
hey, Chase.
I'm canceling my hair being red.
Made friends with yellow jackets?
Yeah. So we did all new soffits and everything else, and it's all, they don't like the material it's made of, so they don't nest there, but they nest at the neighbors. Well, they actually, there's this like couple of them that fly over into the pool, and our hot tub one edge is kind of level with the pool water's edge. And so they land on that
and drink.
They drink, and then they kind of buzz around. Well, we haven't killed them or swatted them. And every once in a while, they'll kind of go land on a flower. And we've gotten used to them when we're hanging out in the pool in the summer. And so they just fly around and they'll land right next to us. And because we don't bother them, they just kind of, we feel like they do a little flyby to say hello. And then they get their drink, and then they come by and say thank you on their way out. And they've never bothered us this whole summer.
They're building an army.
No. Well, yes, they are over there at the neighbors.
Those are the scouts. One day the forces will arrive in mass, because blindly you'll accidentally bump one, and it'll be like, oh yeah, I've got friends.
I don't. We named them Johnny and June. We did. We named them Johnny and June.
Can you tell them apart?
No, absolutely not. No.
You teach them tricks.
Yeah, we go land over there. And it's funny too, when the current picks up, they'll go like, they'll slide off the hot tub edge, and then they'll take off. So no, we leave them alone. They're fine. Now, if they put a nest out by my front door, they're getting that can of that raid. So it's going to happen. But, okay, awesome. My brother, just said, remember my bees we couldn't kill. And the bees guys, because they never stung. So I had to move in with my brother at one point in time. And a lot of people, you have your garage door, and then above your garage door, there's a big vent, right? Mm-hmm. These bees were just continuing. And so my brother and I, just complete dummies. We're wearing like my hockey equipment with spray, just trying to gouge out these vents. And then we take these big balls and plug them in the holes in the vents, to maybe they'll just die inside or whatever. We did everything for months and months. Couldn't get rid of them. We never got stung. So we finally called this bee company, and they go up there and they get in there, and it's a big old hive. And they're like, oh yeah, these guys are nice bees. So I never got stung. But it was a giant hive, like in the wall up there above the garage in the attic.
You had like 50 pounds of honey in the wall of the garage.
Yeah, it was insane. And we spent like months, because they would kind of go dormant and get quiet, and we thought we did it. And then all of a sudden they're back. And it's been a long time ago too, so I don't remember every detail, but I remember us being dummies with hockey gear on and sheets over our heads and getting up there in it and spraying everything we could. And but it was a giant thing. But they were nice bees, because we never once got stung by these bees ever.
One night when you're bored and you're surfing YouTube, type in killer bees, and there's a YouTube channel where these guys go around and they eradicate killer bee nests.
Okay.
And it's crazy, because I mean, it starts, and the guy's like, he's in the car, he's like, yeah, we're gonna call the police, we're gonna have them, they're gonna block off the road a quarter mile down here, quarter mile. I'm like, seriously, guys? And then they get out, and they're like, we're trying to find, there's some bees in the air, and you're like, I see nothing. And they're like, okay, here they are. And then all of a sudden it's like just a swarm. And if you wear headphones and crank the volume up, I swear you can feel the bees crawling on you. And they're in full gear, and they're spraying this it's like an adhesive spray that knocks them down. And they're just like, the bees are just like just chewing them up. And it's just unbelievable. But yeah, you'll never look at bees the same again after you watch one of those videos.
There's a viral blooper of a beekeeper guy he's up in the tree. It's a little tree, and he's got his bag. He's like, I've got this. I'm professional. And he gets the hive, kind of shakes it down into the bag, and then the bag goes over his head, and then he falls off the ladder. It's awesome. It's so bad it looks fake. Like there's no way it worked out. But sure enough, because he doesn't even have the hood on, because he's like, oh, these are the nice ones, and then just collapses.
I'm guessing he probably got stung a time or two, even by the nice bees.
Had to, even by the nice bees. They just joined in. Peer pressure's a
Have
thing.
you seen the guys that do like the beard of bees?
Yes, and I don't. It gives me the creeps because I don't do bees either. I just do yellow jackets. So they're not fighting for their queen. But
Face purple, white eyes. Face purple, white eyes. Face purple, white eyes. Oh, bait fear. In YouTube, everyone can see the emoji. On StreamYard, it comes up like this, but it tells the story quite well.
I just tried to click it on YouTube. Adam says, we had hundreds of bees visit our flowers that never stung. I went to the celery bog once and it was immediately stung. Yeah, it's crazy the way they do it, especially those that are pollinating. If you leave them alone, they're doing their business. They're pollinating through the flowers and they're working bees. But yeah, gosh, bees just beards. But anyways, so no bees. The temperatures are cooling down here. No bees, just digging up and moving trees. That's what I've got for this weekend.
And hopefully you don't find one of those friendly yellow jackets while you're riding your motorcycle for the weekend, because they feel like a rock to the face at high speed.
I've gotten one around the collarbone before and one on top of the wrist before. But it's cold enough now that I wear gear full head to toe. But
Smart.
in the yellow jackets, you're kind of sleepy. It's not pool season, so they're taking a nap till we open back up next summer. So thanks, Cass. I appreciate it.
She's thinking of you, you know?
That's why I don't have an address. Go actually just put in chat ! Address and send it to that PO box.
No.
Yeah.
Let me stop the okay. Now you can do it. It's not going to work. I turned it off.
I missed it. I was trying to throw it in there too late. Oh, it's not going to work.
Man.
But anyways, Scott, it's 8:15-ish. I've seen some people in chat. They're heading to Rob. Are you heading over to watch Rob?
I'm actually going to steer us a different direction.
You got something else on the plate.
I am. Rob has a good friend named Ian Runkle. Ian Runkle is a lawyer up in Canada. He does a lot of firearm type stuff from a Canada perspective, which is interesting because Canada and guns, it's very different than the United States. But he's a really, really fun guy. He's into some D&D stuff, like tabletop gaming.
Okay.
He has what I like to think is he's tied with Emily Baker for the second best hair in LawTube. But right now he is starting. I believe he starts tomorrow. A 24-hour stream. But I'm going to push us over to his channel first, just so you can click the like button and click the reminder, because I think it starts tomorrow.
24-hour stream.
A 24-hour charity stream. He's raising money for a children's hospital that deals with kids that have, I think, chronic pain, which he suffers from as well. Last year, he raised over $50,000 for this charity, which is just amazing. And he's doing this. If anyone has tried to YouTube for 5 hours, it's tough. 12 hours is a marathon, and 24 hours is insane. And he's doing this again, raising money. Obviously, if you just show up, that's one way to support. But another way, if you can make a small donation that goes straight to the hospital. It's for a good cause. So we'd love to go over and give Ian a like and just drop some nice words over there. And then we'll probably jump over and see Rob tonight as well, because Rob's recapping the motion from the Maya trial about trying to get rid of a juror.
Oh,
and so you want to watch that as well.
Absolutely.
So Runkle of the Bailey is where we're going to send people. And then after you click the like button, I don't think he's live tonight, but I want everyone, I don't have an opportunity to send you there tomorrow, right?
Right.
So
right.
You'll have to do the second hop by yourself. This is like one of those transfer passes at the bus station where, you have to, there's a little work involved on this one,
Right.
but you can get there. So we'll send you to Runkle of Bailey first. Do subscribe over there. Do click the like button and make sure you click the notify. And sometime during that 24-hour live stream, see if you can drop in and give him a little bit of encouragement, because this is awesome. This is him really doing something to help people out who could really use it. So
That's awesome. I can tell you right now, I have plenty of time. At some point tomorrow, I will hop in and I will make a donation myself to that. That's willing to do something like that, whether you're on for 2 hours, 5 hours, 10 or 12, or like you said, 24. Can't imagine. So it's worth it. And like you said, if you can't donate, please don't. but hop in and just give the stream a like.
Don't
and
feel
add
pressure to
it.
donate if you're not in a position to do that. Just going in there and saying a kind word or something. You would not believe how much a little bit of support like that can help when you're facing a monumentous task like a 24-hour live stream.
Yeah. Good for him.
And it helps a ton. So
That's awesome.
And then we'll go over and check in with Rob and see how he's doing. Catchat says, comment and tell him RA sent you. He's mentioned that we might have to meet up sometime, like virtually, and do something together. I love the guys in LawTube and the guys and gals in LawTube. I learned so much from them. It's fun to associate this close to them and get to see some of what they do, because I get to see that they're even better people than they really look like on their channel. A lot of these guys are, if you know the backstories from these channels and what they do, they are really helping a ton of people out, and not just with information. So
right, and becoming I don't know what they call it, an entertainer or streamer, putting yourself out there in the public eye, the repercussions that actually come with that, the hate mail, the negativity, and having to deal with it. It's not all roses and all that stuff, just being on stream and having a good time with a whole bunch of fans and followers. There's a lot of hate that comes with it. So having to deal with that and move that to the side while still trying to do good and put on a good show and deliver a good product, it's a task. It's harder than a lot of 9 to 5. So props to you too for growing as much as you are and building the relationships you have with a lot of those channels and what they are. And it's just because you being genuine. And I think the community as well, being an awesome group of people. So it's a big place for comfort for a lot. And that's infectious, I think, to a lot of people. So it's just going to keep growing and growing. And
it's wonderful to be a part of it. Thomas, thank you so much as a mod on the channel, everything you do, all the other mods as well. A shout out to everybody tonight. Have a fantastic weekend. Hopefully I'll see some of you over on Rob's channel as well as over on... Are you playing music too? Can you hear my music?
Uh-uh.
I was playing music too. You play yours again.
It's playing. Watch, I'll pause it.
Wow. I had music going this whole time and you guys could not hear it.
Uh-uh.
Did you hear any music on the intro?
Intro, yes. Outro, no. Like I have to hit play to hear music.
All right.
I got it.
All right, I'll let you run this one. Awesome. 6 Full Butt says I'm playing music. All right. Who's got the movies? We've got music and movies. All right. You guys have a fantastic weekend. Thank you so much for being here. Love y'all. Be safe. Have a good one.
Have a great weekend, everybody. Bye.